Don't want to do this bit. This is the closing bit. So I'm back on stage again, for which I apologise, but I'm afraid that brings us to the end of the conference programme. Before we grab some lunch and head home, there are some very important bits of business to cover. Firstly, and perhaps most importantly, the conference awards. We spent some time, the last refreshment break, working out who would win our 5 awards. I desperately hope they're all still here. I know one isn't, predictably. So these were the 5 awards that we said at the start of the conference we would be looking for winners for. 5 wasn't enough. After what was arguably the dramatic peak of the murder mystery last night, there was an event that many of us saw, and it was a moment of genius, I feel. The creation of a piece of art is how I've been describing it to people. It's a masterpiece that I've called Selfie with Stiff. To accept the specially created Special Support Services Selfie Award, could I invite Adrian from the University of Kent to pop up to the stage, please? So, our IT whodunit. I've really enjoyed watching everybody scurrying around, gathering the clues. I'll do some proper thank yous shortly, but I do want to say a special thank you to Antonio, who I know put a huge amount of work into preparing this, putting the clues together, putting the sheets together. So we have a quick round of applause for Antonio. Whodunit? Who was responsible for the major incident? You told me at breakfast and I've forgotten already. That's why I'm looking at you hopefully.
It was Mrs.
It was the network manager.
Sorry. She got the week mixed up.
You got the week mixed up?
Yes, she sent that maintenance going ahead.
Please.
It wasn't for a week's time.
Collect your P45 on the way out. Thank you very much for playing.
Do I win a prize?
You don't win a prize.
We don't get any prizes.
We drew from the the correct guesses over the break. Jake Dovey, do we still have Jake Dovey? Congratulations, coming up, grab the prize. They're all the same. I will just, they're very exciting, but definitely the highlights of the prizes is a little squeaky Sherlock duck. So next, we received dozens of takeaway suggestions, and as we promised, we will collate them. We'll put them all on the UCISA website after the event. We spent some time this morning trawling through submissions, and we agreed after some deliberation, we settled on this takeaway from Heidi's session on Wednesday, which has, I think, inspired all of us. So the takeaway said, choose to be brave. I asked a question, even though I felt really nervous. I thought it was fantastic. Do we still have Jo Loftus from the University of York? No. Can you pass that on to us with our thanks?
I think still a round of applause.
Absolutely. We really struggled thinking about the best delegate presentation from yesterday, even when I was told that I couldn't just award it to myself. But awarded for entertainment value alone, congratulations, Wayne from Huddersfield. This is awkward because I know she's not here as well, and she's from the University of York. It happens at these events. People have things to do on Fridays and they leave a little early, and I think these people are idiots, frankly, because we've had a great morning. I think they've missed out. We had over 30 first-time delegates this year, which is fantastic. I hope you'll be back in future years. So it's quite a broad field to consider. But for her contributions throughout the conference, she asked questions, she gave us a great presentation yesterday, and just being a delight to have with us. A round of applause. She's not with us at the moment, Vicky Wilkie from the University of York. Lastly, so our last award, Best Delegate Contribution. God, I pray she's here. We've kept our eyes peeled throughout the conference for sort of that one act, question, a tweet, a photo, a suggestion, anything that makes the delegate stand out. Our winner didn't do just one of those, she did the lot. She's asked questions, she's tweeted, she talked to everyone, she's doodled, she crushed PowerPoint karaoke. Do we still have, from Leeds Beckett University, Katie Langford? You're safe now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Sally is our outgoing chair. She'll have the last word. She'll be saying some formal thank yous, but I want to make some thank yous of my own as chair of the conference. Thank you firstly to our exhibitors for their support, and I'm incredibly grateful to all of our speakers, our panel members, and everyone else who took part in the event for their participation. I think we've seen some fantastic sessions, some fantastic engagement. When you organise an event like this, you're hypersensitive to that one bum note, that one session that doesn't quite fit right, that one thing that everybody remembers, oh, that was the worst thing at that conference. I haven't found it. I think it's been a fantastic event, and thank you very much to everybody who's been a part of that. Organising an event like this is a team sport. It's not something you can do on your own. I want to offer my thanks, first of all, to Sian, Nick and Angela, who's not here. Thank you very much for all your help. I think we also need to acknowledge the absence of Breed from the UCISA team. No news yet. Many of you will know her from previous UCISA events. She laid a lot of the groundwork for the conference. She's now on maternity leave. Her due date was the first day of the conference, which I swear she did on purpose. I did leave her with instructions to have the baby so we could include a photograph now, but we'll be having words. Could my fellow conference organising committee please make themselves known? Sally, Sarah, Antonia. Thank you all very much for your help. And the broader support services group, if you could all stand up and take a bow. All of the work and planning that went into this event is nothing compared to the work that these guys have done over the last few days, helping hold it all together and lead things like the parallel sessions and the newcomer sessions. So thank you all very much as well. And thank you to all of you. These kinds of things are very much, if you build it, they won't necessarily come. These things only work when delegates participate. So let's all be slightly un-English and give ourselves a round of applause. Thank you all very much. So, before I step away from the mic for the last time, I want to share a few thoughts with you about conferences and similar events. And this was tweeted by someone called Ash McAllen, who's an Australian games designer last year. I saw it on Twitter, and it rang true for me, and it stuck in my mind, and I thought I would read out what she said. I'm paraphrasing a bit, because she's a bit sweary, but she's very kindly given me permission to share this with you. And it was written in response to comments about post-event depression. So she says, I always refer to things like Games Week and PAX, which is a gaming conference, as mountaintop experiences. They're liminal spaces set apart from our normal lives. We climb the mountaintop to escape our normal lives. The view is breathtaking, the stars are closer and clearer. The mountaintop changes us, we learn new things, make new friends, have new experiences and learn about ourselves. Mountaintops are important. We need to have these spaces in our lives, but in order to serve that purpose, they have to be set apart. We can't stay there, or else they stop being mountaintops. The New Testament has a good example story of this. Jesus and his disciples head up a mountain together, and at the top they have an amazing, life-changing religious experience. Peter says, hey, we should build a temple up here. But Jesus basically calls him an idiot, because that's not what mountaintops are for. half the point of the mountaintop is that you come back down. You go to the mountaintop to escape your lives and to change. If you don't go back down and take that change and that growth, that development, those opportunities, then what was the point? So over the next few days, let's all head back down the mountain together, back to our lives, refreshed and changed. Let's reflect and focus on the things we've learned, the relationships we've built, and the experiences that we've had. So, the Support Services Conference returns next year. Leeds, the Queen's Hotel. It's a great venue. I hope you all have a fantastic time. So, unlike the last few days, I don't get the final word. The final word goes to Sally. But before I take the stage, I'd like to offer my own thanks to Sally, at the risk of making you cry again, sorry. We should all be reassured that while she's leaving the Support Services Group, she's still going to be engaged with the sector. She'll still be engaged with UCISA. Sally's been an inspiration to myself and others over the last few years. I'm proud to have worked beside her. I'm proud to call her my friend. Thank you all very much and have a safe journey home. Thank you.
Right, I've promised not to blub, so, okay. I just wanted to do the final thank yous. It has been another amazing conference this year. Every year we just think, oh crap, how are we going to beat it? But every year we do. And it just goes from strength to strength. And that's all down to you. The energy, the participation and the enthusiasm is just what makes this such a special conference. And all our speakers that are invited to join us, they all comment on the vibe and the culture and the feels they get from this conference, and that is down to all of you. So I do want to say a huge thank you to all our speakers, all our contributors, all our exhibitors. Of course, we couldn't do it without them. A massive special thanks to the UCISA admin team. I actually said this morning as I was walking back from breakfast, it's gone really well this year. We've had absolutely no hiccups, at which Nikki coughed and said, we might have had a few, but that's it. That's the beauty of the work that they do. It all goes unnoticed, and from my position, it all looks like it's going swimmingly while they're working hard in the background to make sure that it doesn't, any hiccups don't disrupt it for us. So thank you very much, ladies. You've been absolutely brilliant, and especially to Breed, who's not here. Also, conference organising committee and the group again that have worked tirelessly all year round to make this such a special event. They've already stood up and taken a bow, so I won't let them do it again. But a final huge well done and thank you to Gareth. I think we can all say that this has been an absolute fabulous swan song for him as he leaves our sector. He's just been so focused, so dedicated, and I'm really sad to say goodbye, but I know we'll keep in touch, so it's fine. Gareth has made a fantastic contribution to this community. It started way back in Edinburgh in 2013. I can still remember his session on Idea Scale and his ghost tweeting from the audience. Gamification at Leeds in 2016. I could go on and on, but I'm sure you'll agree and join me in wishing him all the best for the future. I think Jenny's gone, but also another oh no, she's there she is. I thought I saw you sneaking out. Another, sad to say goodbye to another member of the Support Services Group, one of our longest, in fact, our longest serving member. I'll never ever forget how welcoming she was when I first joined the group way back in 2011. Not only is she my SSG colleague, she's my lifelong friend, and that is just one of the rewards of being part of this amazing community, is the friendships that you will make along the way. Jenny's been responsible for many things in the group, the service desk best practice guide, the first one way back in 2011, and she can take credit for the community days as well. Again, I'm sure you'll join me in wishing Jenny all the best, and I'm sure we'll still see her popping up. And then finally, it's time for me to say goodbye. But I just want to say some stuff before I do. It's really fitting this is at Crewe Hall because it's where it all began for me when I was 12 months into a job that I was finding bewildering and overwhelming. And many of you know, I'm absolutely passionate about supporting women in just in technology, but in the wider society as well. 2018 has been dubbed the Year of the Woman. Yay! But I still struggle, you know, women have been responsible for some of the greatest technology advancements in the world, and yet we continue to be massively underrepresented. I won't go through all the figures, but we've talked about the leaking pipeline, we've talked about the limited pipeline. 60% of our graduates in the UK are female, but they're not getting into the leadership roles, they're not getting into technology, and it is a massive, massive waste of talent. This is at a time when we're facing a digital skills shortage. We're all struggling to recruit. 72% of large companies and 49% of small are unable to fill their digital roles. We need more people with digital skills, but the supply is not there. It's not keeping up with demand. And this is because our industry has a massive image problem. We're struggling with gender stereotypes, and we need to be demonstrating that this is an exciting and interesting sector to work in. And it's not just women and men, it's not gender, it's diversity in general. We need to recognise the value of a much wider pool of people from all backgrounds, all ethnicities. And actually creating a diverse workforce will increase creativity and innovation, and just enable us to develop that talent pool and increase our organisation's performance. So it is with an immense source of pride when I look round at this conference and see such a diverse range of delegates and speakers. We are setting the standard for gender balance and diversity within the UCISA community and outside of the sector, and we must continue to push and challenge. We need to be the change that we want to see. And it's not just diversity. This is a group and a conference that has never been afraid to push the boundaries and try new things. Sometimes with limited success. I'm sure we can all remember the utility and warranty session from 2014, but we've never shied away from trying new things. And again, we are showing the user community and the UCISA community how it's done. So I want to say, just keep on going, just keep on pushing, keep on being brave. Final thanks are to the core UCISA team, Anna, my sister from another mister, Peter, Sue, Breed, whose amazing work often goes unnoticed and who have supported me and lifted me up on so many occasions and given me so many amazing opportunities. I'm so grateful and so proud to have worked with each and every one of them. And then finally, and this is the big one, I want to say thank you to all of you. This community has been an immense source of inspiration and motivation to me. I've lost count of the number of initiatives and the number of ideas that I have pinched with pride and taken back and implemented in my own institution. I always come away from this conference with my spirits lifted, refreshed, invigorated and motivated to go back into my own institution and make a difference. You are all awesome, and no matter where my career takes me, I will always be a part of this community. You are my people and this is my tribe, and I'll never ever forget that, so thank you.